Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the ongoing saga of bad behavior. Welcome. Oh my goodness, this is great. We've got people already here and lined up. I love this. I hope everyone is doing well. You guys, thank you again for all your amazing support. Last week I held up my play button. That is all thanks to you. Now, I've got new lighting. And I'm sorry, I have to get glasses that don't reflect. I'm going to be reading your comments, but today we're talking about haunting. Now, haunting is the second part that happens after ghosting. So follow the illogic of the logic. First, the person, you have a date with them, you may even been intimate with them, and they have sex with you or they don't or whatever. You have a date, you think you got something going on, and they ghost you. And you go through that. And you think, oh my God, you finally get over it. You think, oh, okay, this is ridiculous. Suddenly, you notice they're haunting you on social media. They're creeping around, liking certain posts that you have. Maybe they're even making a comment. And you're like, really? What is this? Oh my goodness. So today we're going to talk about it. I'm going to do a quick shout out to all of you that are here. Hello, Tarini from Indonesia. Okay, so I am doing a special summit on Saturday with Joel Brown. He works out of Australia and Indonesia. You guys, please take a look at it. I'm going to show you in the free 1-hour summit on Saturday, 4:40 p.m. to 5:40 p.m., how to get the love you want and how to craft a love model a la carte for you to put your love into it. You'll see different videos that I have here talking about that. Please join me. It's free. Joel Brown is really cool. Addicted to Success. You guys, I do not do summits. I think they're exploitation. Honestly, I've got to love the message and love the person, but I get to talk to you guys for free for an hour. And then the following week on Friday the 26th, I have a 2-hour masterclass on breakup triage, walking you through the whole thing. So I'm going to keep talking about that, but the Indonesia just reminded me of this. Okay, so let's do a country shout out before we start talking about haunting and hear about your stories. Okay, Tarini, awesomeness, great. Rose O'Brien, let's see. Jenny, loves my advice. India. Kiana, thank you. Let's see. Sanet, South Africa, how beautiful. KH from England. Lexington, South Carolina is Lizzie. Gina is Catalonia, right? Right. Oh, Norway. Okay, so you guys know I'm Norwegian, right? I'm Norwegian and English. San Juan. Okay, then we have Amanda from Wales. Hi. Oh, thank you very much. You guys are so wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Josie, we've got Cornwall, UK. Judith from the Netherlands. Okay. Nobody in Italy is able to speak to us. Oh, a girl like you. Okay, thank you so much. Ciao. Ciao bella. Ciao bella. Okay, everyone, let's talk about the crazy stuff that people do. Now, let me preface this. Just because people have bad behavior and just because we have words for it does not make it okay. Do not let the current wave of insanity make you think, well, I guess everybody gets ghosted. Or, well, I guess after they ghost you, being haunted is normal. It's not normal. It's not okay. You are not supposed to get comfortable with it. We do not practice getting comfortable with abuse or impolite or incivil behavior, whatever the word is for that. We do not get comfortable with the lack of civility. California. Okay, Brian, I have one response to ghosting. I don't chase, I replace. That's cool. All right, so let's talk about what ghosting is. So, this is funny. Let's talk about the reasons. Okay, I'm actually going to jump. I'm going to take some of your comments from the community page. And if you guys don't know where the community page is, it says community on the top of the bar here for my channel. Wishes Storm says, asking why do people ghost? He believes it's validation and attention. Okay, so that sounds plausible. But if you wanted validation, don't you think you wouldn't have ghosted somebody in the first place? I mean, you're not going to get a lot of great attention, nor are you going to get validation because you've already screwed up magnificently the first time. So the chances of recovering are not great. Lizzie Flip, again from the community page, thanks Lizzie, says, ghosted 2 weeks ago, now haunting me on social media. Yeah, crazy, right? Now, this does not make sense to a logical, sane person. Those of you that are watching, I'm assuming you're logical and sane. And I had a mentor tell me years ago, she said the greatest thing. She said, Susan, you're not going to understand. She was talking about a certain guy. She goes, you're not going to understand what he does. It's not going to make sense to you. You know why? Because you're not nuts. You'd have to be as sick as this person to understand why they do what they do. So I know a lot of you, and I did in my earlier years, spend time reading books and trying to figure out why they do what they do. It doesn't help them. Maybe it gives you some context, but it doesn't. All you need to know is this doesn't feel right. This is not what I want to experience. They do it for a multitude of reasons. Remember, there's no black and white answers with people. There are layers upon layers. And worse yet, the layers are fluid. If it were a pie, it could be 90% fooling around, 10% bored, then it's 80% validation, then it's 20% curiosity, and it flips. So trying to figure out is really kind of irrelevant. Knowing what you want to experience is the better question to ask. Okay, so now Virgo T's. Cool. This is from the community page. Suggested that haunting is perhaps a form of temperature check. Yes, they're doing an emotional temperature check. That's true. Now, again, pretty hard to recover after you ghosted somebody. So I don't know why you're checking the temperature of somebody who's going to, act like a cadaver around you. Anthony. Now, I'm sorry, Anthony. Anthony Bittes was ghosted. Now, he has a very strong reaction to this. And Anthony said, never faced such devastation in my life. I feel like the most worthless person ever. He's hurt and confused. And thank you, all of you who jumped in here to let him know one more time, bad behavior has nothing to do with us. We are the recipient of bad behavior. But this does not mean that we are less than. It means that they are less than. You can tell a lot about the caliber of human being by how they treat those around them. This is a narcissistic, confused, unhealthy, whatever person. And certainly, they clearly lack communication skills. And all of you watching here know how much we love communication skills. And by the way, if you have a question for me, I'm talking about haunting the first 15 minutes of this show, 15 or 20 minutes. You can send me your questions in Super Chat. I will read those out loud because they're big enough for me to catch them. But I want to tell you what I think they're doing. And this is even more horrific. I think they're bored. Isn't that disgusting? I think they're bored. Played with that toy. I don't know. Kind of looks interesting. Going to play with it again. I think they're bored. I think they're curious. And I also think that what they're looking for is a good review. Like, I know I didn't call you back. I know I kind of slept with you and didn't do much about it, but I'm gonna like your post. That does not earn the way back into our good graces. It doesn't work, everyone. So I want you to be aware of that. And Anthony, everyone, those of you who experience these things, it is a reflection of a society that does not know how to communicate directly. In part, it's because we are not learning to use verbiage. We are using emojis to express 9 thoughts. And that's just a cheap way to do it. So let's use our minds. Let's use our creativity. Let's use our skills of communication to make sure that in a time period where things are exceedingly confusing, at least we, with our output, can be clear. Okay, so let's see. What are you guys saying? What do you want me to talk about? What do you want to read here? Hi from Germany. Mariana, hi. Let's see. They're talking about Geminis. Okay, you guys are all having a chat with yourselves here. Let's see. Does anybody have anything for me in Super Chat that they want me to answer? How did he or she get back into your... Okay, this is interesting. Can somebody claw their way back? Do you guys feel that you're open to that? Now, not enough coffee this morning. Like, one of the most important things I wanted to say about all this, there is a tendency for many of us when suddenly the person who ghosted us starts appearing indirectly. Again, it's social media. It's not directly. It's not like they send you a text and say, oh my God, I'm such an idiot. I have to tell you the truth. I could not get over my ex. We hooked up. I was too ashamed to tell you. Then the more time that passed, the worse I felt about it, blah, blah, blah. Indirectly. Okay. They're using social media, whatever. What's a little sad about this is that many of us are quite eager to believe maybe they want me. Maybe they were confused, or maybe they were afraid of what they felt, and maybe I should give them another chance. They're kind of sidestepping their way back into my life, so maybe I should do that. Here's the reality. I'd say 98% of the people that come back through haunting are not interested, guys. They're not interested. They are bored, they're lonely, they're curious, they want a good review. They just want to see what happens. It's not the way you think it is. Now, I leave the 2% for there is a chance. There is a chance that a person screwed up. There is a chance that they procrastinated and they got scared. Now, I've heard real life stories. My tech guy, Johnny, will call me and say, Susie, I got this guy. And I think I've told you this story, that he met a girl he really liked and he couldn't wait to get another date. They really, really connected. And so he didn't. All his friends were urging him not to contact her. Don't call her. Don't. So I said, Johnny, he said, no, I know this is wrong. What do I say to him? I said, tell him, write her back right away. Say, I loved the date. Love to have another one. I really like you. Because what happens is sometimes we listen to those around us and we have the worst advice. So in a small 2% chance that this person went out with you, stalled, then got so uncomfortable, then got conflicting advice, then didn't know what to do, then too much time had passed for them to actually contact you. Now they're too ashamed and don't know what to do. Then the next thing is that they may try to, I don't even know how to say it to them. So I'm so scared that they're going to reject me. I'm going to kind of creep my way back. But guys, that's 2%, 2%. Okay, super chat's open. Anyone that wants to ask a question, you can talk about haunting. You can talk about something else. What do you guys have to say? Okay, Laura says, hi, Susan. If someone lost a family member and just seen a message, didn't contact for 2 weeks and reconnected, is it ghosting and haunting? No. You told me right in the beginning, listen, when a family member dies or if a parent dies, I cannot tell you in America the paperwork we are left with. Both of my parents are dead. I'm an only child. Oh my God. The canceling credit cards, the finding credit cards, they're contacting everybody. So you don't have time to breathe. And worse yet, you don't even have time to grieve. Between all these new skill sets, like who knows how to handle mortuary? Who knows how to handle writing? What people do you respond? You get hundreds of letters and calls and you can't attend. You're just on overload. So that is the really legitimate thing. And I hope that you reached out proactively here to say, I am so sorry for you. If you ever want to talk, I'm here. I know it's a busy time for you. And by the way, you give them a time period now. They have a hall pass for a dead person. Got it. Okay. And you make it known that you are willing to talk to them and you are interested in that you sympathize with them and you empathize with the feelings they're going through. You also let them know that they can reach out to you. And then if you don't hear anything for a couple of weeks, you keep moving. Now they've had the extension, kind of like you file an extension on your taxes. They've had the extension, but they got to make good on it because the taxes are due, right? Okay, what else do we have? Hello here. Hi, Lizzie. Let's see. Okay, you guys are talking to each other. This is great. The guy okay. You guys, you can't just be Sally, Jack, Joe. Okay. The guy stalks my profile when I act interested. He isn't until I pull away. He only wants me when I don't want him. I can't imagine having a relationship like that. Bingo. Cannot do. That is a no-go zone. What we're seeing in the initial stages of setting up communication is a very clear indication of how it's going to go later on. So those of you that are stuck in a fantasy thinking, well, maybe they just didn't know, maybe they were scared, maybe we read it wrong, maybe the timing was bad. No, they're showing you their hand at their lack of a skill set. And the stuff that are the bumps in the beginning are only going to become greater once you sleep together, and then you're really uncomfortable talking to each other. What else? You guys, Super Chat is open if you want to reach me that way. Okay. After 9 months on radio silence, she reached out and asked for some, it says Han, I don't know what that means. Why all ghosting thing? Pain is suddenly forgotten when he appears. Okay, hang on. Again, how to end this and how to set boundaries to prevent him from. Okay, so I think what this is, Jintare, I think what you're speaking about is why do we fall in the trap of being so compassionate and allowing a second chance? So again, we have to allow for some stumbles along the way to a relationship. And that's what I call the distancing dance. That's a Susan term. It's for the, there's a lag time and then you misinterpret that and you don't text them back for another day because you don't want to look, like you're anxious. So there are some stumbles. But in a real relationship with a person that has the capacity to be involved with you, there will be this thing called consistency. They will make an attempt. If a date or an agreement to talk on the phone or to text or to video chat is canceled, they will make a contingency plan. I can't Tuesday. How is Friday? They will try. So you have to see ongoing willingness from your partner to show you that they are interested in staying, and you have to mirror that. Now, the difference is that when somebody hurts us, they come in, they love bomb us, they hurt us. They love bomb us and hurt us. This is now a pattern. Patterns are patterns for a reason because they're a pattern. This is what they are. This doesn't mean we're suddenly going to change. That's a spiritual awakening that suddenly transforms you into another, oh my God, look what I've been doing. I can't keep doing this. But for the most part, what you're seeing is how it's going to be. And so what you need to do is to tell yourself, I don't want to play like this. I got my sandbox. There are rules here. I set the terms of engagement for how you're going to handle my heart, my mind, my time, my emotions. You guys, we're all worth it. This is not a big ask. What are we asking? Treat me like a human being? That's so difficult? But if it is difficult, please, by all means, go on to somebody else. What you're getting is what you're getting. We can't transform these people, okay? Now, hi, everyone. Oh, Laura. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Hi, dear. She says 149. I think that might be from the Philippines. She says, Susan, I just wanted to say thank you for answering me. Laura, of course, I can't remember where you're from. Forgive me. Oh, Indonesia. I don't know what all the little signs are for all the different kinds of currency. You guys, thank you so much. I will always strive to answer your questions. And that's why I'm excited about learning how to do these summits and things like that, because I want to, so if you don't see me doing something, don't assume I don't want to do it. Assume more accurately, I don't know how to. The technical end of it, I don't know how to do it. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Jenny A says, pre-lockdown, talked to a guy regularly, planned to meet. Days went by without contact. I texted, no response. 7 months ago. And he bombarded me with messages. I replied a few days later, no response. Okay, so Jenny, so he was finishing up his relationship that he had with somebody else or several other people, and then got bored. Isn't that terrible? I hate that concept, but it's true. Got bored, looked through his cell phone, looked through his files, got back online and decided to get in touch with you again. We don't want that. This is so clear. So how do I say this? So you guys have heard that slogan that I say, game gets game and real gets real. But if you start with game, you can't reroute it back to real. And I know that you want to, hope lives eternal. We want to believe, oh my God, they've realized I'm the one. They see how fabulous I am. But no, there's no excuse for that. So we see it, we've got to turn the other way. So let's logic this out. Why don't we turn the other way? If you see bad behavior, they've hurt you repetitively, and you get your hopes up and they hurt you, why wouldn't you turn the other way? The only plausible answer, you live in a community with no car and no transportation, and you only have a choice of one human being to be with, and they're bad. So you give them an enormous amount of latitude. But if that is not the condition, then there's no excuse. Okay? Let's see. Hippie Chick said, was ghosted by a guy I dated for 6 months. He texted me out of the blue after a year. One word. Hey, when I replied, nothing for him. Is this just boredom? It's stupidity. Oh my God. Bentley, $10. Cha-ching. Thank you. Okay. Love you, Susan. Love you more. Let's see. Okay, hang on here. Bentley, don't go bye-bye. Where is this? Why can't I get back to you? Okay, wait. I can't find you. Okay, here we go. Okay, Bentley says, twice I've had guys I've had been talking to for months use mental health or depression as an excuse to distance themselves and ghost me, and then I found out it wasn't true. Okay, well, now you know a new tactic that somebody, I have to believe that one of these dating coaches said, hey guys, just in case you want to ghost them and go test out other people, tell them you have mental illness. So now we know that's a thing. But listen, people could have mental illness, but they'll kind of reveal it earlier on for this. Okay, wait, we got here $20 US YouTuber. Thank you. Oh my God, you guys. I'm in the money. It is so, I got to take all of you out for a coffee at some point. This is what I want, a virtual coffee. Let's see. Met and made out with random girl at mutual friends party. Seemed super into me. Never followed up when I asked to hang out on Snapchat. I contacted again. She stopped answering. Haven't talked since January. Can I pique her interest? Thank you for Super Chat. I don't think so. But the only way you had to connect with her was to chat. So Snapchat, I mean, I guess guys, it's a classy thing. Get a calling card. It's old school. It's hip. Your name, your email address, do a Google self, for God's sake. Get a calling card. Let them call you. If you've reached out once, gave it a little time, reached out a second time, no. Let me ask you a question, my dear. YouTuber, any alcohol involved in this little makeout? People get drunk, they kiss people, and, it seems okay in the moment, but they don't want to go through with it. So what we're looking for is somebody that wants to kiss you all night and all day long and doesn't have a problem and will respond to you ASAP. And I love you too. Thank you. Thomas, adore you. Thank you for working with me. This is the Hungarian money. I know what this is now. Do you think it's worth to call them out on this behavior? I actually do, with diplomacy and with tact. So I feel you do resist. Okay. So this is a parenthetical. So I feel you do resist for whatever reason, which might be legit. I don't really like this behavior. So let me know when you are up to communicate like an adult. Okay. Great idea, Tomas, but I would alter that last word. I prefer personally to be very diplomatic, to puncture them, but with a clean cut. And I do not like to use berating language. I like to simply state it as a fact. It's odd that there's a lack of communication. I'd like to pursue this. If you don't have that intention, then that's fine. But you will have to make the first move, because I'm not a mind reader, whatever it is. Or if they're ghosting you, say ghosting, first you dropped communication, which is ghosting. That's a clear sentence, okay? Now, there's this kind of indirect communication, so it leaves me very confused. If you'd like to communicate with me, please do so directly. That works best for everyone. I like being honest, don't you? That's a little programming technique. I hope that works for you, Tomas. Maybe on the fly, I'm just doing this on the fly, but maybe you and I can do that better. But again, don't name call. You're not going to get a good response. So remember, people get reactive and sensitive, especially when they know that they're not good at something like communication and they've really screwed up. So what we want to do is illuminate the fact that they've had a behavior that was less than adequate, and then give them the positive twist. So again, this is like criticizing somebody. This is like when you have a directive for a partner. First you say what it is clearly. Then you give them the desired opposite that you would like. Teach them if they are so stupid. Teach them, or if they are unaware, or they have known nothing but people ghosting them and bad behavior. I guess it is possible. Tell them, I want you to know you're comfortable. It's safe to be direct with me. I prefer that. No hard feelings. It is what it is. So we can call it like we see it, or you could say something like, I prefer to be very clear. If I like you, I'd like to see you. And if we don't want to see each other, we just need to say something like, it's not working out. But the tiptoeing around and making occasional contact through social media is very confusing to me. I don't know what that means. So I'm asking you to help me. So there are a multiple of ways. If you're not sure how it feels to receive it, read it back to yourself and pretend somebody's saying it to you. And that'll give you a good idea. Tomas, thank you. Dear man, thank you, thank you, thank you. Isha, hello, my darling. Isha, the super chat. Thank you, my dear. She writes, my ex was writing poems on Instagram. I think they were about me, but I don't know. Oh, yes, the covert messaging. This is a whole thing. I need to take a class in this, but I've had to do this on the fly with my clients. He was trying to get my attention, but I wanted direct communication. I didn't respond at all. Did I do the right thing? Okay, so you do need to respond to this if, and only if, my darling, you want to have him back in your life again. First, I would ask you, before you respond, before you take any action, consider carefully what was done. Why did you guys break up? Is there any chance that that could be rectified? Whatever your issues are, could they have been fixed? I have absolutely no doubt, because I've worked with multiple people, including this fabulous musician, Anthony. I've worked with him on Magnifi. He's on this platform a lot. His ex, well, they had this on and off thing, would constantly give covert messages through what they posted on social media. It's a thing. So my goal is to help people to just stand up and speak, just to have the power and the courage to just say, I like this, I don't like that, I prefer this. I mean, it sounds so juvenile, but we have been made to be mute, and we go sideways with these contorted things, and then everybody's got a question and they don't know, and then they get confused. So, my dear, if you like him, if you care for him, and you think he's reaching out to you, and you think that that you could flip that story, that there is hope, and you want to investigate it, reach out to him and say, I saw your messages. They were poignant. I felt as though they were speaking to me. I'm not saying they were, just wanted to say hi and know if you're okay during this time of lockdown or wherever you guys are in that. Okay, do you understand that? That's great. Okay, so we have, yes. Let's see. So Isha says, yes. Susan, he does it all the time. So Isha, what does he do all the time? Okay. He's writing love poems. You know, here's what I don't get. Just date the girl, for God's sake. I mean, can you guys help me understand this? It's illogical. Again, how much latitude you give a person to screw up should be measured by how encouraged you are that they can shift into adequate human behavior. I mean, if you see hope, so oftentimes I'll be dissecting something with a client on the phone, and I'm looking at it, and it doesn't look good, I know that, but I'm seeing progress. So if you're seeing progress, I think somebody new came in Super Chat, I just want to catch it. If you see progress, that's something worth a discussion. Okay, Sherry Dalton, hello, my dear, thank you so much. Expressed my appreciation for someone and ghosted. Okay, honey, it's okay. You're a lady, you took the high road. It's okay. They can't handle it. So now they're not what you thought they were. Isn't it sad when we lose our respect for somebody and we wanted them to be great? Okay, Sandra B, thank you, my darling, at $4.99. She says, I was devalued and discarded by a covert narc last year after failed indirect Hoover attempts that are now directly hoovering. I'm still in no contact. Next step. So ask yourself in a case like this, in my wildest dreams, could I imagine anything better than what I've already experienced, which was pretty bad? Knowing this person, knowing their tendencies, knowing they're narcissistic. And, by the way, guys, everybody throws that word around. That's like the new buzzword this year. There are all sorts of levels of uninformed, confused people that hurt us because they just don't know what else to do. And then there are those people who are truly sociopathic, narcissistic, and they hurt us because they don't give a damn. They don't. It's just about them. You see any one of those people, don't play. Don't play with unhealthy people. Just don't. It's not worth it. So I'd continue no contact, but better yet, I'd really up your duty dating. Do yourself a favor. It's not enough just to stop bad behavior coming in. What we want to do is experience good behavior. So I have this cure that I've mentioned to some people. I would like them to start doing duty dating. And I want you to reboot your entire profile of what it is. If you just date a certain kind of person, and again, low stress, it's not a high stakes game. If you have not had people that have treated you well, set your dial to, I am only going out for coffee, whatever, virtual coffee with people that treat me like a human being, treat me well. I just want to see what it's going to feel like because I think that's a very good reboot. Okay, thank you again. Coriander Yander. Hello, my dear. Thank you. $10 US. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are so oh my God, this is so great. I've been ghosted so many times. If someone is immature enough to cut contact without reason, do you really want them back? No, you probably don't. So they can possibly do it again. He ghosted me, came back, and I ignored him. Well, here's why you're still feeling a lack of resolution. You didn't end it. Messy endings where all they do is ghost you and you remain mute. You might notice, guys, don't you feel a little incomplete? This is like a breakup that never broke up. I'm huge on getting a resolution. I'm huge on that because I've seen chronically we cannot move forward when we've got murky endings. They kind of ended, didn't end. They were unclear, not clear. So do you guys remember the story I told you? This was years ago when I started dating players to learn how to answer these questions because nice, wonderful guys that I'd had, I didn't have these problems. So I didn't know how to help you guys. So I started dating these bad boys and I could feel them pulling away. And I remembered going through my Rolodex with this guy, Constantine. Oh, God. Oh, my God. He was so dapper. Anyway, he was so dangerous, too. But funny. Oh, my God. Funny, intelligent. Oh, my God. And such a bad boy. But I could feel him pulling away and I could see all the avoidance. And I thought, I just felt so horrible because I knew it was happening. I didn't know who to go to. I didn't trust any teachings out there because I was done. Guys, I was so done with listening to other people. It didn't feel right. And the last one I thought might be right was me. It never occurred to me, maybe I've got some answers for me. And I did the opposite of anything I'd ever heard. Or I just called, left a voice message. Don't hang up. You're not bad. You're not wrong. Loved it. A little short, didn't, the guy had dumped me, right? I called it. I needed to call it. If you don't call it, it continues to linger. It's like closing the door. No contact oftentimes doesn't close the door. Now, what happens in a case like yours? It's been so long, it's going to be weird to call it, right? So if this person, let me reread this again, ghosted so many times, do you really want them back? Let me go back here. So he ghosted me, came back, and I ignored him. Okay. Well, I don't know what I did here. Cancel it. So if he ghosts you again, or if you have the opportunity, say, I'm sorry I didn't respond. Excuse me for not responding to the last message, but we're done. And I see no reason to move forward. I don't want to have contact in a case where, it's a one-sided thing. So I didn't like the way you treated me before. It would have been far better for you to just say, hey, this isn't working out. So, so you need to find a way to call it. If you need to work with me, call me on Magnifi. By the minute, we'll sort it out. Okay, Coriander? Okay, I know there are more people in here. Let's see what we have. Okay, Jaws Pena. Okay, 1990. Oh my God, you guys are so wonderful. Thank you. Please help. I have an ex that has stalked me since 2015. Oh. You may need a restraining order. But I found out when I got a new phone that he has exploited me, sent buses and private things to friends and family. I don't know what buses are. I think it's a language thing. They do phishing scams and steal. Okay, so this, when we get into levels of a human being that is continually stalking us, we need to go to our local authorities. Even cyber stalking, you need to talk to a technician that can clean everything you've got. Sometimes an ex can put a tracking app on your phone. This is beyond my level of skill set. So I'm going to be very honest with you. But if you feel that you are being haunted, stalked, if you feel that your liberty is taken from you, if you are scared, you need to go to your local authorities. You need to tell a number of people what's happening. You need to track, screenshot, record, do whatever you need to show evidence, and start in America, we start a police, order. We just start a complaint. And with the complaint, you have paperwork or you have proof of what's going on. I also suggest that you get into therapy with one of your local providers. I think this is always a good move about boundaries and about setting boundaries. It sounds to me that underneath this, there are boundary issues, and that saying no, 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 no is not firm enough. And I would prefer that you work with a professional, because this has multi-prongs that I cannot see in this chat, and I really want to help you, but you need professionals, okay, to help you with this. Tech professionals, you need people to clean everything you've got. You need to have them look at your computer. You need police or local authorities, and you need to tell a therapist or somebody like that to walk you through this and give that information to a number of people, okay? Thank you very much, and I hope that's helped you. Christy says, Susan, seeing a guy for 6 months, lost his job, and he was depressed, and that's why he hasn't been reaching out. Told him I was here for him. Okay, you did the right thing. Haven't heard from him in a month. FTF. Yep, help. Okay, so Christy, you've been generous, okay? I think you need to move on. Honestly, if somebody's that depressed about losing a job, and I know you can be, but we're talking, this is early on. So early on, we're trying to make contact. We're trying to get something going. If somebody is that paralyzed, I mean, I get it. You lost your job. So many people are in an economic crunch, but you're just meeting somebody and you're stopping it. So they can't handle it. Imagine they can't handle a relationship. It's too much. We can't have this many problems when we're starting out. You're going to get problems in a relationship, guys. Relationships require you choosing your battles, because there are going to be a lot of them. So if it's such a rocky start, we have to ask ourselves, really? Yeah, I know. Just say, sorry, I'm sorry you're feeling badly. I wish you well, okay? But for my part, I think I have to move on, okay? Let's see, guys, what else do you have for me? Right here, is there something else? Let's see. Okay, Autumn says, Susan, guy ghosted me. I texted him so much and called, and he won't respond, but he has blocked me either. Why can't he just say he isn't interested and he stopped talking to me? Okay, if he knew how to say that in the beginning, he would have said it. He just ghosted you, then he blocked you. Oh my God. Do not contact this person. Maybe there's nothing there for you. Nothing there. Whatever you think you want, whatever you think you had, whatever you hoped for, it's not there. There's no skill set for a relationship. See, talk about non-confrontation, talk about being a coward. First, they ghost you. Then when you try and get resolution, they block you. So no, this is a person we do not play with people like that. All right? Hope everybody understands that. Anybody else here? What do we have going on here? Let's see. I've read this one. Where are we now? Okay. Now, Simon says, my wife walked out and she's gone to her friends where she works and taken my visa details. We supposed to sort visa, so she won't text me back, ghosted me, no contact. So Simon, you have to realize in a context like this is a big discussion. So the first thing I would say is, I don't know what's going on. If your wife took your visa and you think she's going to spend, I don't know what agreement you have, is it a joint account? You can, of course, go to your bank and call and put a stop on it. Put a stop on the spending until you can sort things out with her and you can speak rationally. Okay, I hope that helps you. Now, let's see. Klaus. Oh my goodness, Klaus, you are so lovely. So Klaus is also in this industry, and This is the wonderful thing. I meet you guys in social media. We have lovely discourse. Nobody's messed up. Everybody knows how to talk. I thank you so much for your shout out and for your lovely contribution of 100 DKK. I don't know what that is. I'm going to find out. Average C, 5A. Okay, so my guy said hi after 6 weeks. He says he gave me space because I said I didn't want to be friends. But I did no contact, not him. Now I don't know what to say. My guy said hi after 6 weeks. So are you saying, average C, I want to help you out here. Are you saying that you wanted a relationship? He only gave you friendship and you went no contact because you want to be more than friends? I need to know more. And I'm so sorry for that. Put it in 0-1 at your level because I don't know what this is. Because I said I didn't want to be friends, but I did no contact. Now I don't know what to say. If you want a relationship with somebody and they don't, and they ghost you, or they have bad behavior, or they just say, I'm not interested, but let's be friends, do not. If you have any kind of romantic yearning toward them, you can't be their friend. It's just the way it is. If you've slept with them and then they want to backpedal because it's like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. You can't do it, guys. It doesn't work. Okay, does anybody have anything else? Let's see what else is going on here. Okay. Name I can't pronounce, you are a goddess. I love it. I'll take that. Let's see, Bianca. Okay, you guys are talking to each other. It's Danish Crone. Hi, Jenny. Okay, Bianca. Average C, I said I loved him. Okay. Average C, maybe sometime you want to jump on Magnifi with me. I think we have some things to sort out here. Ellie 42 says he broke up with me by text after a relationship for 3 months. He went radio silent and doesn't like confrontation. Obviously. Okay, hang on here. He ignored my calls toward the end. Now he views my stories on Insta. Yep, perfect example of haunting. I'm sorry, my darling, you guys are not suitable for each other. Okay, V says $10 US. My first love and I have been on and off for years. Lots of ghosting. I don't know why, if he's your first love. Okay, he contacts me to see me, then makes an excuse and doesn't show up. He shares deep feelings for me, but does this over and over again. Okay, sweetie, I'm really, really sorry, but if somebody really feels that deeply for you, I do not understand why they can't just follow through. Is this person married? The things that we don't know in here, they live with somebody else. It was your first love, maybe in high school and college, and they think that there's an in. Relationships have to be consistent, and there are factors that we do not know in this text. You can have deep feelings for somebody and still be involved with somebody else, but you have to choose to whom you are making a commitment. And the dominant person with whom you have chosen to make a commitment is the one that you keep the commitment with. And you have to be very delicate. It is possible to love somebody, have a love for them. But if you're in a relationship, and my feeling is that this person is, then they are not going to give you their all. They can't. They're being loyal to their partner. Okay, so what do we have here? Ivy says, okay, 9.99 pounds. Okay, met a guy, 3 months, nonstop communication. I said we are friends as I had said we are friends as I was away. He went along. We have been flirty now. Now I'm back. He is cold. Confront Rose, not want. Okay, so I don't understand. So Ivy, I would not, if I were you and you like somebody and you're in communication for a couple months and you happen to go away or you're sequestered or something, I don't think you should downgrade it to now we're friends for a while. Oh, now I'm back. So there's something going on here that I don't know. Were you seeing other people? Did you decide you didn't want to be with him? He's hurt. He was discarded. He doesn't feel like you were giving him the attention. And again, you guys, forgive me. It's what I'm gleaning from these brief comments. If I had 10 more questions to ask you, maybe I could get to the rest of the story. Okay. Harita Izil, 110. Let's see. Messages retracted. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Dean, $20 US. Okay. Dean Gomez says, 4 weeks ago, a woman and I shared over 20,000 words together. Wow. Okay, she recently ghosted me. All our interests, goals, and passions align, and it seems like the perfect match. I'm confused, lost, and devastated. How do I move on? Dean, what excuse did she give you? Did you ask what happened? Oh, see, this is the stuff that I have to guess at. Did you suggest that you meet in real life? You had a lot of words, but are you now at the point that you're leaving lockdown and now you're going to meet in real life and now she doesn't want to do so? Because then I have to wonder about her identity and did you video chat? And is it all great at a distance? There are many online love affairs and we have an online lover. But when it comes time for meeting in real life, they fail. Could it be that? You need to ask her what's up. And you need to say that that was unusual behavior. Given all that we've covered, it hurts. And I'm sorry that it went this way. And it is my assumption right now that you do not wish to have further contact. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Okay, let's see. Tony, $4.99. Thank you, Tony. I would rather be rejected than ghosted. True, true, true. I was ghosted after hooking up and I called him out on it. Still no replies. So hard to move on. Baby, you did move on. You called him out. You did your piece. I know it's shitty behavior. Forgive me. I know it's shitty behavior, but there's nothing else. There's no other play here. The way that you win is you move on. The way you win is that you try again. Don't let this one person stop you from loving, okay? What do we have here? Gabriella, good God, $50 US. Holy cow, I don't even know how to thank you guys. Okay, Gabriella says, hi, this guy came in, he got my wheels turning, and then I don't hear from him. 2 months since I last heard from him, and in the distant past, he ignored me. I'm finished with him. I'm sure he'll be back. What would you say when and if he reappears? Gabriella, first of all, thank you for your incredible generosity. I don't even know how to thank you for this. I would be so bold as to say, look, I like you, but I'm going to tell you how I'm built. This little weird thing about consistency, I kind of need it. When people pull away or they stop or they ghost me or they're in and out, it just confuses me. And to be honest, I lose all interest in you whatsoever. So here's how I work. If you like to pursue this, if you think you'd like to see what's here, I need consistency. Ghosting does not work. None of that works. Just talk to me. You can do it. I have faith. We can start in baby steps. First off, what would you like to do or not do? It's okay. Just tell me. Okay. This is, you can do this, Gabriella. All right. Thank you so much for your generosity. Okay. Here we have a name that I cannot pronounce. Thank you. 10. This is, okay. I dated a colleague from university for a month. He broke it off because he can't give me what I want. Then he called and got back together. He told me he is not sure he can love. I broke it off. Seemed like hot and cold. Yes. Okay. So he actually told you the truth the first time. And when you took him back a second time, that was a double check. Okay. But now you see the pattern. Okay. You leave. Tried, told you, I don't think I can do it. Came back, kind of tried to do it. I can't do it. Gone. End of story. Got it? There's nothing else here for you. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have here? Guys, you have been so wonderful. Now listen, if for some reason or other, there is something that happens and I see something come up here and I didn't answer you, because I kind of know where I am in this thread, I'm going to get off pretty soon. So if you have any last questions, send them through now. I just want you to know that I appreciate everything. Again, check out this summit because Saturday, I'm going to be showing you guys for free how to create a love model that works for you and how to get the kind of relationship you want on the inside. This is with Joel Brown, and it's 4:40 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Perfect for you guys in Asia, perfect for all of you here in North America. Not so good for my friends in Europe, I know that. Okay, let me see if there's any other super chat that I have to get to. And if I miss you, listen, so if you have an urgent question and it comes through in super chat and I'm just ending it and it comes in late, I will address it ASAP when this video goes live on my channel. I will address it live in caps so that you know it's you. I'll say, hi, Sandy, heart-filled space. Your answer is, okay, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. And you guys, I want to, any of you with a broken heart, Okay, I'm doing my first masterclass ever. It's a 2-hour class where I work with you. I take you through the 7 steps of breakup triage. I'll be answering your questions. This is fabulous. It's also with Joel. I'll be able to see your face, answer you. It'll be really interactive. I'll go through every step. Then we'll have a roundup at the end where I can answer more questions. You guys have been a fantastic audience. Oh, don't you wish we didn't have any more topics on bad behavior? But folks, there are about another 10 or 11 topics. And if you have a suggestion for me, I might already have it in my list, but I'm happy to take it. Every one of you, you are so absolutely fabulous. I'm going to get off now. Thank you for your generosity for Super Chat. If you want to talk to me personally, I do. I've been a little busy. So now I'm doing Magnifi in the morning, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific time, most every morning. And you guys, it's bumper to bumper, but I get on and I get off. And as I have more time, has anybody ever been so busy they don't have time to make money? But I haven't. I've been doing a lot of stuff. You might see, look, there's nothing in my house. I have no furniture in my house. Yeah, we are doing some work here during COVID. I've actually had a chance to do some changes of things I wanted to do. And thank you, everyone. You can reach me. You can chat me up on Magnifi. You can come to susanwinter.net to get a consultation with me if you want a 45-minute session. I've got some phenomenal celebrities. I'm just so astounded. I'm like, you have time to watch Susan Winter? I'm like amazed. You guys are the best audience. Thank you so much. You can see this again. It'll come up on the page. I so appreciate your participation. Thank you for being an intelligent, wonderful audience. Remember, we don't suffer fools. We don't practice failure. What we do is we practice to learn. Dating is our evolution. It will be the natural culmination of you creating boundaries to help you be an effective dater and to get the love you want. And I'm here to help to guide you. Thank you. Thank you for the generosity of Super Chat and for you guys driving my subscribership up. And I got my little plaque last week. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful week. And I'll meet you back here next week with more bad behavior. You guys rock. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Have a great week.